pilot attacking your target. Enemy pilot has ejected. Enemy Titan eliminated. Friendly pilot attacking your target. Enemy pilot has ejected. Salvo core ready.
What a sharpshooter.
Salvo core activated.
Glad you're working for me, pilot. We're winning. You're doing some good work.
Warning, detecting major hull damage. Warning, enemy pilot attacking. Enemy pilot destroyed.
Double killer, pilot.
Take out those Titans! Fire! Fire! Hostile Titans fired!
State of right for all units! Close backup! Titans close! I repeat! Titans close!
Warning, hull is taking excessive damage.
You are dominating. That pilot stepped into the wrong... Double time.
Critical damage. Take cover. Target neutralized. Warning, enemy pilot attacking. Salvo core activated. Ejecting. 1. Advise seeking multiple locks with 40 millimeter. Critical damage. Sonar pulse is perfect.
Good win, pilot. Great work. Stop their escape.
Coming up on the 2-week mark from Days of Summer, so we may see some teasers coming up, not this upcoming week, but the week after that. But I want to take some time today to discuss what may be up on deck and everything that we know so far about the 18th title update in Black Ops 4. Also, I won't lie, I'm kind of a sucker for timing and puns, so the idea of discussing update 1.18 on the 18th, well, I had to. Today we're going to be breaking down everything we know of because there has been some information that has come out since our last general discussion about Days of Summer, not necessarily the title update itself, but there's been a lot more information that's come out recently that gives us a lot more clarity, and so therefore I want to give you an accurate depiction of what's up on deck here as we round into it. So that said, let's just jump right into it. We're going to be breaking down a decent bit, so without further ado, let's talk about firstly the new contraband stream. This is the first time that we saw this in Black Ops 4 so far, and admittedly we've had kind of a changeover almost every operation. Grand Heist is the only one that we didn't really see any major adjustments here for this, outside of the introduction for the reserve system, which I guess you can count as a major adjustment, so I guess every single one so far. The first strike first introduced us to 200 tiers in the contraband stream, Absolute Zero and Grand Heist introduced us to 100, and then Spectre Rising introduced us initially to 50. While 50 is the shortest tiers that we've seen so far, it's not the only thing, because with this title update and changeover, we're going to see the first time of a second half split for the operation and the contraband stream at hand. This breaking it down into what Treyarch described as hoping to be a little more obtainable, though truth be told, the math still works out exactly the same, since you don't have any longer time, it's just cut simply in half. It'll be the first time we're introduced to a new contraband stream halfway throughout an operation. This, of course, is going to give us 50 more tiers, bringing us to that grand total on the operation of 100, and with what we can only imagine is new weapons, though if it follows suit with the first half, I'm not expecting all that much worthwhile outside of that, which is unfortunate. I'd love to be proved wrong, but we only had a few uniforms, absolutely no camos, and a whole bunch of stickers and tags and all that kind of stuff, the filler stuff, for the first half that we see now in Spectre Rising. So, one thing though that I will say is that we're promised more weapons than we know of right now by Treyarch. They ended up tweeting this a couple of times over on their accounts, in which we know of right now the Vendetta sniper rifle and the ballistic knife. That is the two that have been publicly known for quite some time, though I think that this might only default to one more if that's the case, because one that isn't necessarily public, though we've talked about it here on the channel, is the S6 Stingray, which was something that has absolutely no game files out there right now, absolutely nothing that points towards this coming in the marketing or anything like that, but was leaked by the Call of Duty companion apps. That has absolutely no game files out there right now, absolutely nothing that points towards this coming in the marketing or anything like that, but was leaked by the Call of Duty companion app. So if that's the case, we might only be seeing 3 weapons as opposed to a plethora of them like we may initially anticipate with the many more than we know of. But I'm expecting at least 3 weapons here with this, which would be nice because when it refreshes, maybe we see something at, say, 15, 25, and then 50 for weaponry. Or thinking about it even further, maybe that ballistic knife is the first tier in which it's shown off immediately, because we're not going to get a new specialist here with this new Contraband stream refresh, so maybe it's 1, 25, and 50 for those weapons. I guess we'll see in time, but that's something to consider as well that will be coming with update 1.18. As for MP jumping over, we're going to have a couple of things here to include. Firstly, of course, that weaponry. We'll have a handful of weapons to play around with, whether that be a melee weapon or a special weapon like that ballistic knife, that S6 Stingray, which is theoretically going to be a tactical rifle, or that sniper of the Vendetta that we've seen all the way since Grand Heist. Those are going to be added in as of the update and will be playable, presumably, when you unlock them via the Contraband stream. But then we're also going to have things like Capture the Flag. That is the next lead-off game mode that was previewed within the Operation Roadmap that we have yet to see at this point. And then we have things also like Hacienda Twilight coming, which is another seasonal event and slight alteration to an existing map of Hacienda, but it's going to be a little darker and sort of transitioning into nighttime, which will be